Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chris Combs' raspy voice has fans concerned. Is he sick? Chris Combs' raspy and pitchy voice has had fans of 1,000 pounds. Sisters concerned during the entire stretch of Season 3. His unusual and concerning voice has come up in fan chatter on both Reddit and Facebook fan groups. Unsurprisingly, fans have lots of theories and opinions on what might be wrong with Amy and Tammy's brother. Mostly, however, fans are just hopeful his raspy and scratchy-pitched voice isn't a sign something is wrong with him. Does his weight make it hard to speak? On Reddit, 1,000 pounds. Sisters fans have called attention to Chris' weight, making it difficult for him to talk. They note that Chris Combs tends to get winded and become short of breath anytime he speaks. Fans question if all of the weight on his body makes it difficult for him to do a significant amount of talking. After all, it is no secret that weight issues can cause breathing issues. Could dropping the weight make it easier for Chris Combs to talk? Fans certainly seem to think so. Chris Combs' raspy voice has fans concerned. Since Season 3 of 1,000 pounds, Sisters premiered, fans have wondered what was wrong with Chris Combs' voice. Fans noted it sounded even deeper and raspier than last season. He, however, became more of a core cast member this season. So, it is possible fans are just hearing more of Chris Combs than they did last season. One fan penned in a comment on Reddit, "Has he already shared why his voice sounds the way it does? Just wondering if it is vocal cord damage or something else. Sounds painful to my ears anyway." Another fan chimed in to point out that Chris had the voice of someone who was a heavy smoker for years. The individual added Chris' voice reminded them of their grandfather, who was a heavy smoker for a very long time. A third fan chimed in to agree his voice sounded like a form of COPD. In a different thread on Reddit, one fan notes that his voice sounds similar to someone who has asthma. Here's what some other fans think about Chris' voice. The health and well-being of reality TV stars are often under a relentless spotlight, but few have faced as much intense scrutiny and emotional investment from the public as the beloved cast members of TLC's hit series, 1,000 Pound Sisters. Among them, Chris Combs, the older brother of Tammy and Amy Slayton, has become a fan favorite, known for his protective demeanor, good-humored spirit, and inspirational weight loss journey. However, a persistent topic of conversation that has shadowed Chris throughout his time on the show has nothing to do with his inspiring transformation. It's the distinctive, deep, and often very raspy quality of his voice. In recent days, social media chatter has reached a fever pitch, with thousands of fans flocking to online forums, comment sections, and threads to voice their concern. The question is being asked with growing urgency: is Chris Combs okay? Is his noticeably raspy voice a sign of an underlying medical issue, especially after his incredible health improvements? This comprehensive report dives deep into the persistent speculation, explores the potential medical and historical factors behind Chris Combs' unmistakable vocal tone, and attempts to separate the facts from the pervasive worry that has gripped the 1,000 Pound Sisters fanbase. The concern explosion: why the raspy voice is trending. Chris Combs has always had a unique vocal texture, a gravelly, low register that commands attention. For years, fans have commented on it, but the recent surge in concern is tied directly to the public's deeper understanding of his past health struggles and his dramatic, life-saving transformation. A history of health triumphs. Chris's journey on 1,000 Pound Sisters has been one of monumental triumph. Starting the show at over 450 pounds and battling morbid obesity, he was at severe risk, mirroring the fate of his late father, who also struggled with weight and passed away prematurely. Chris bravely faced his health crisis, undergoing successful bariatric surgery in 2022. Since his surgery, he has shed over 150 pounds, eliminated the need for multiple daily insulin shots for his diabetes, and become an active, energetic figure, even completing a 5K marathon. His glowing appearance in recent public appearances and social media posts, showing him happier and healthier than ever, has solidified his status as an inspirational figure. The vocal disconnect. It is this radical health improvement that makes the persistence of his raspy voice so jarring for viewers. Fans have seen him conquer weight-related health issues, so they naturally wonder, if he is so much healthier, why hasn't his voice improved? The concern typically manifests in these popular online theories. Lingering effects of past habits. Is it the lasting impact of his history with smoking? A new medical condition. Could it be an indicator of a non-weight-related illness, such as a problem with his vocal cords, throat, or lungs? a relatable yet ignored symptom. Is it a sign that something is being overlooked, even as he celebrates his massive weight loss? The collective worry isn't malicious. It stems from a place of genuine affection for a star who has shared his most vulnerable moments with the public. Stethoscope fact versus fiction, examining the potential causes. While Chris Combs himself has not made a definitive public statement solely addressing his voice, the medical and historical context surrounding his life provides several plausible explanations that are widely discussed by experts and fans alike. 1. The strongest suspect, a history of smoking. The most prevalent and likely explanation for Chris's permanently raspy voice, often cited by fans and speculated about in reports dating back to 2022, is his history as a smoker. Chris's past admission. Chris has previously been open about his habit, reportedly starting smoking at a very young age, as early as 13, according to some fan reports. Vocal cord damage. Years of smoking can cause chronic inflammation and irritation of the vocal cords, leading to a condition known as Reinke's edema, or simply a chronically roughened vocal quality. This damage is often irreversible, even after quitting. Health milestone. It is crucial to remember that Chris was required to quit smoking as a condition of being approved for bariatric surgery. The fact that he has been a non-smoker for some time now is a testament to his commitment to health, but the resulting change in his voice may take a very long time, or never fully reverse
2.
the decades
The
of weight-related connection, tissue and airway. Before his dramatic weight loss, another medical theory was entirely plausible: the effects of severe obesity on the laryngeal airway. Excess tissue. Medical literature suggests that individuals with morbid obesity may have an accumulation of excess tissue in the neck, chest wall, and laryngeal voice box area. This extra tissue can restrict and alter the function of the vocal cords, contributing to a raspier, strained, or lower-pitched voice. Improvement post-surgery. While Chris's voice remains raspy, it is possible that his substantial weight loss and reduction of neck/airway tissue have slightly lessened any strain on his vocal cords, even if the general texture remains. This theory is less about the damage and more about the physical obstruction. 3. Other respiratory or vocal cord issues. Online forums occasionally mention other potential medical diagnoses that could contribute to his vocal pattern. Vocal cord dysfunction, VCD. This condition, sometimes mistaken for asthma, involves the abnormal closing of the vocal cords when a person breathes in or out. Asthma. Some fan threads suggest Chris has a history of asthma. A respiratory condition could cause chronic throat clearing or coughing, which in turn can lead to vocal cord irritation and a raspy sound. Chronic laryngitis/acid reflux, GERD. Chronic acid reflux, which can be common in individuals who have struggled with obesity, can cause stomach acid to irritate the throat and vocal cords, leading to persistent hoarseness. It is important to note that Chris Combs has not publicly confirmed any current major illness as the cause of his voice. The texture is long-standing and appears to be a chronic physical characteristic, most likely rooted in his history of smoking. Speaking head. Chris's voice, more than just a sound. For the 1,000-pound sisters community, Chris's voice has become an integral part of his persona. It's not just a medical curiosity, it's a signature feature. The signature of sincerity. The deep, gravelly tone actually contributes to his on-screen appeal. It gives his words a weight and sincerity that resonates with viewers. When Chris speaks, particularly when he is offering tough love to his sisters, Amy and Tammy, the unique timbre of his voice makes him sound like a true patriarch, a figure of authority, warmth, and resilience. In the chaotic world of reality television, Chris's steady, distinct voice cuts through the drama, making him a grounding force. Fans often praise him for being the voice of reason in the family, a sentiment that is only amplified by the sonic quality of his speech. The paradox of concern and admiration. The fan reaction highlights a common paradox in celebrity and reality TV culture. We love his voice, it's his signature, but we are terrified it means he is secretly unwell. This emotional response is a reflection of how deeply viewers have connected with Chris's life-or-death health journey. Having witnessed his dramatic turnaround from a morbidly obese, diabetic man to a healthy, active influencer, the fans' vigilance is a form of collective care. They do not want to see any indication that his hard-won progress might be jeopardized. Memo conclusion: a call for calm and continued support. While the current flurry of social media concern regarding Chris Combs' raspy voice is entirely understandable given his history, the available information and medical speculation point toward a chronic, long-standing vocal characteristic rather than an indication of a new, acute illness. The most likely culprit remains the lasting effects of his former smoking habit, a sacrifice he made and conquered in his pursuit of health. The voice is a permanent scar of a battle already won. The bottom line: as of today, there is no official statement or credible report suggesting that Chris Combs' raspy voice is a symptom of a new serious health crisis. All signs, from his participation in 5K runs to his continued energetic appearances on the show, indicate he is currently maintaining his status as one of the most inspirational health transformation stories in reality television. The 1,000-pound sisters fanbase should take comfort in the fact that Chris is living a much healthier, longer life, free from the daily burdens of severe obesity and diabetes. His distinctive voice is a small, physical reminder of his journey, not a warning of a looming setback.